The floor for questions. We'll start up front with Jordan, and then we'll go to Zach.
Jordan Bianchi, The Athletic. Your qualifying average here is 3.8, which is absolutely ridiculous. How are you such a good qualifier here?
I really don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah, it's always gone well for me here. You know, from the first times I've been here to qualify, and then we went on a string of 4 or 5 poles in a row, and yeah, I mean last year I think we qualified 5th. So I don't know. We had one where we were pretty bad, I think, in the next gen car,
16th.
and yeah, qualified in the teens. But other than that, it's been really good.
Your crew chief Cliff Daniels is known for his motivational pep talks sometimes, before races, after races. As a driver, how do they resonate with you? Are there times when they really kind of like pump you up, or are there other times when you're like, you just kind of shrug them off? What's your reaction to those in general?
No, I think he's really good at articulating words and thoughts and all that, and seems to always know kind of the right thing to say at the right time. So yeah, I would say, if anything, not that it gets me like pumped up or anything, it just kind of gets me refocused or more focused on what's ahead. So and I would say the same goes for probably everybody on our team, that deals with Cliff. So yeah, just good at it.
Go back to what? Zach.
Zach Sterniola, NASCAR.com. Kyle, this battle for the regular season championship has really tightened up over the last couple of weeks. There's now 5 guys within 48 points. How do you perceive that battle, especially with a couple of road courses like here in Watkins still to come, where there are points on the table if you don't want to flip the stages? What's your perception on how that battle has shaped up now with 7 or 8 races left?
Yeah, just it's really tight. So hopefully we can kind of get back on a run of being consistent and getting stage points. I feel like we've still kind of been consistent. We just haven't finished as high as we have early in the year, and then we've been missing out on stage points. So we've kind of lost track a little bit there, and others have been doing a good job, and Chase is always consistent, so he's just quietly kind of there. After his win that he had, I was shocked. I didn't even know he was that close in points. So and then William's been really strong, but he's had some bad luck here in a couple races lately. So it's just kind of when the leader of the points can't really get away, it just it brings it all together. So yeah, there's still a lot of racing left though, and you can really kind of, if you go on a good run, you can stretch out here pretty quickly.
Is there anything you can point your finger toward as far as like why you guys as a team have maybe, I don't know, you guys have set such exceptionally high standards for yourselves over these past couple of years? Is there anything you can point to in this recent stretch that you feel like you haven't been executing or collectively at that same level?
I don't know. Honestly, I feel like we've been, for what we have on the racetrack, I feel like we've executed really well. Just on paper, it looks like we're just very average, which we have been. But we've taken days where we've been not a top 10 car and finished in the top 10 or even top 5, and those days, although they're not fun, they are rewarding at the end of it, because I think a lot of times in my past, I'll try even too hard and make big mistakes and crash, which I mean I've done that here lately some also, but yeah, I don't know, we just haven't been as strong as we've wanted to be here lately. We've gone to some tracks where when you look at results from the past, we haven't been quite competitive or like race winning speed, so it's kind of carried over to this year at some of those places too. But yeah, I'm confident when we come here to Sonoma. It's a good track for us, but it's a different tire than we had here last year, so I'm sure that will present some differences and challenges. But yeah, just gotta try to have some car speed and then execute along with it.
Additional questions? We'll go to Bill and then the lead.
Hi, Kyle. A number of people who've already been on the track have talked about how it's different. The repave, but then the patches and other changes that the track has gone through since the repave. You tested here earlier in the year, or drove, I thought you did, I'm sorry. I was going to ask you if you felt the difference, but obviously I thought you had tested here.
Nope.
Okay, so it'll be a surprise to you as well.
Yeah, we'll get out there and check it out. I mean, it doesn't look like new pavement or a year old. It looks old and wore out already. So yeah, I'm sure it's been over a year since I've been here anyway, so I don't remember it last year. But just reading my notes, it sounded like last year had a lot of grip. So I would imagine we'll have a little less grip this time.
Go to Lee and then Orion.
Lee Spencer, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio and CatchFences.com. Cliff decided to pitch you kind of late last year. You had fresher tires from the guys that you were, attempting to pass there at the end. How did that help you attack in the closing laps?
Well, yeah, I mean, anytime you're on a, tire advantage like that, it helps. But, at any point it can kind of go sideways if a caution comes out, so then you're restarting, mid-pack again. So, yeah, the race just kind of played out in our favor last year with the strategy that we committed to, and it worked out. We had a great car too, I think, so we could have been on other strategies, probably been okay also, but the strategy that we were on, without having the cautions at the end, it really helped me be on offense and make the moves I needed to, and really when I had that much of an advantage, people weren't really fighting me off. I'd catch them and they'd just let me go, so it didn't really limit me on lap time as I was coming through.
And since you grew up in North Cal, and I think you came out Tuesday or something, what do you do up here to have fun, relax, just kind of get away from the grind?
Yeah, it's definitely been a grind for me lately, so it was good to get out here and not have any extra races and whatnot. So yeah, we came out on Tuesday, met up with Abreu's, had dinner at Mustard's Grill, and then Wednesday laid by the pool, and then Rico and David and their family, they had like a fundraising thing that they had sold earlier, I think in the year or last year, and so we got to run go-karts at their track, and they had dinner on their property with a lot of people, so that was a lot of fun. Thursday we did some wine tasting, and yesterday we didn't do anything. I brought my bike out here, so I rode my bike, so that was nice, relaxing too.
Major channel announcement. Do you love NASCAR coverage? Well, as part of Frontstretch building its platform, we're now offering an option for paid subscribers. For just $3.99 a month, you'll be rewarded with exclusive content you can't find anywhere else. Beyond the cockpit interviews as soon as they drop. More of the pit road and bullpen weekend content that keeps you coming back to see the who's who of NASCAR explain all of their on and off track conduct. We'll even be doing some Where Are They Now pieces, taking a look at former drivers and owners that made an impact on the sport. Want more direct contact with your favorite Frontstretch reporters? No problem. We'll give you a chance to communicate directly with monthly Q&As. Your questions are what drives us to find answers. That's why we're here. The best seat at the track and the best view on the net for all of your quality motorsports coverage. Come take the green flag with us.